Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call the February 13th, 2024 meeting of the City of Charleston Committee on Ways and Means to order. Welcome, everybody, and thank you for being here, and start with an invocation or a moment of silence from Councilmember Mitchell.
Let's bow our heads. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It's like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments. As the dew of Hermon, and as the dews descended upon the mountains of Zion, for there the Lord commanded the blessings, even life forevermore. So I'm asking you and my colleague and mayor, let's do what's right for the city of Charleston, for all the citizens of the city of Charleston. Let's not do anything here for personal gains. God have given us the privilege to sit here to make decisions on all of our brothers and sisters that live in the city of Charleston and around most of the time. So we have to make sure that we know what we're here for and not to do anything that's not pleasing in His sight. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. First order of business is approval of our minutes from January 23rd, 2024. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next, bids and purchases.
Move for approval. Second.
Any discussion, any questions about any of the matters of the bids and purchases? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next, budget, finance, and revenue collections, approval of the first amendment to the MOU with the
So
Ann
moved.
Burial Memorial Project
Second.
to address phase 2 of the Memorial Garden at the Gilliard. Just a quick question. How much is this?
Right there.
Total project is 1.2 million.
Okay. All right. I heard a motion, a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next, budget, finance, and revenue collection special facilities.
So moved.
Approval of a license agreement with the Spirit of South Carolina. And if they
Second.
don't do their job, we get some money back. It was motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Number 6, Mayor's Office for
Move for
Children,
approval.
Youth, and Families. Vista. Any discussion? Any questions? Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Number 7, Parks Department, approval for the accept the Keep South Carolina Beautiful 2024
approval.
annual
Second.
support grant of $10,000. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next, the Parks Capital Projects, approval of supplemental agreement number 2 with the SCDOT for the
Move for
St. Thomas
approval.
Island Drive, Knoll Creek Crossing Pedestrian Boardwalk and Bridge Project. Ooh, adding $400,000 in additional grant funding. Anything we need to know about this? Any questions? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Glad to see Berkeley County's kicking some money in. Thank you very much. Number 9, stormwater. Approval of the Spring Fishburne Drainage Improvement
Move for
Phase
approval.
5 change order number
Second.
1. Phase 5, by the way, y'all know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Pump station. We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Look at that. Look at that. Let's circle that, highlight that. Let's discuss it. We actually are reducing a contract. Totally. Look at that. You're off to a hot start. Our budget's already going down. All right. Any discussion? We talked about a lot of this in Public Works yesterday. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. That project is moving along. Number 10, stormwater management, approval to submit a grant application to FEMA Brick Building Resilient
Move for
Infrastructure
approval.
Communities Grant Program. It's a big grant.
Yeah. Second.
We did discuss that also yesterday at Public Works. It was approved unanimously. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The ayes have it. Another big one, the stormwater management approval to submit a grant application. to
So moved.
FEMA
Second.
Flood Mitigation Assistance Grant Program. This is a cost share grant application. I heard a motion and a second. Any questions from any member of the staff about this one? If saw Robbie raising his hand over there. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. 12,
Move
stormwater
for approval.
management. Approval to submit a grant application
Second.
for flood mitigation assistance. This is another large one with a city match. Any discussion, any questions, any comments, any concerns? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Mayor? Sure.
If I may, I'd like to, if we could revisit number 10, and all I'm asking is that my vote be abstain. I just didn't realize what it was. Just it's something that I may have a conflict on, so want to make sure I abstain from that vote.
Please note that the mayor is recused on number 10. We'll note that for the record of city council as well. All right, number 12, stormwater management approval to submit a grant application, flood mitigation assistance. Another 75-25 cost share for 225. Do we have a motion on that one?
I think we did.
Okay, sorry.
We did it.
Oh, good. Well, look at that.
We just have to move.
Man, we're killing it here.
Cough.
Killing it here. Deep breath. Thank you. All right, 13, Office of Cultural Affairs.
Move for approval.
Moja. This one's Moja. Is there a second? Got a second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Number 14, Police Department.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Last on this agenda anyway, the Resilience Sustainability Emergency Management approval of process the funding request in the amount of 400,000 for the citywide tidal and
Move for
inland flood
approval.
risk analysis. You'll remember this is something that's already in our budget. We did discuss it yesterday at some length at Public Works. Questions, comments, concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next, Committee on Real Estate, Chairman Appel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The City of Charleston Committee on Real Estate met yesterday afternoon at 3:30. I'm going to go through what we talked about. If anyone has any specific questions, let me know. The first item up had to do with Citadel Mall over in West Ashley, of course. This was a request to extend a date for the city and the owner/developer to agree on a public infrastructure agreement. The mayor provided a good update on the status of Citadel Mall and the project. The ownership entity is motivated. They're serious about continuing to advance the ball there. And this additional time is to get things working and to iron out those details. And that passed unanimously. The next item up had to do with a proposed Charleston County intersection improvement project over at Camp and Fort Johnson over on James Island. The request here is for the city to grant some land to accommodate this proposal, and it's being done so that we don't have to impact some stone monuments associated with a neighborhood right nearby. The valuation of the city parcel that's going to be donated is just a portion, is $70,000. No grand trees are going to be impacted in this project, which is not something you can say about every intersection improvement on James Island. So that was approved unanimously. Next item had to do with Fire Station 23 over on Johns Island. This was acceptance of a sidewalk easement from a neighboring property owner, Shade Tree Partners, to facilitate a sidewalk over and across their property that sort of dog legs through the fire station property as part of this improvement, and that was approved unanimously. And then finally, we approved restrictive covenants over at 55 Romney. This is part of the Upper Peninsula UP zoning bonuses, where if you install renewable energy, you can get some density and other bonuses. This restrictive covenant requires them to maintain a 24 kilowatt solar energy system on the property for the next 30 years. And that obligation is going to be binding, of course, on the ownership's successors and assigns. It's going to be a binding deed restriction governing the property. That was approved unanimously as well. As for the annexations, we had 6 annexations, all in District 5, Councilman Brady's district. The first 2 items were deferred. The last 4 items were approved unanimously. They were all standard residential annexations. The first 2 items there was some discussion about potentially having the person under contract or whoever else is behind this looking at a PUD as opposed to a traditional limited business upzoning, whereas a PUD provides opportunities for flexibility, creativity, and land use and things of that nature. So that's deferred until further notice. And with that, I will ask that my report be accepted.
Move for approval.
Any discussion? Yes, sir. Councilmember Shealy.
Just a point of order, just want to clarify, if that's deferred in committee, it doesn't, we are voting to defer it with the approval of this when we vote yes on this. Is
It'll
that,
be deferred through the report out to city council. Is
okay, great. Thank you.
that correct? Okay. Yes, sir. Any other questions, comments? Yes, sir. Councilmember
Just
Mitchell.
One question I want to ask, pertaining to number 4 with the 55, Romney Street. Did, anyone ever reach out to the, neighborhood association in that area? Did you know of? To inform them which was going to be taking place in that area? Because there's a lot of things going to be happening in that upper peninsula, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm not aware of that. Generally, this was only for the solar energy component of the project, not the development, itself. So, in fact, I'm not even sure what the status of the development is, whether it's just permitted or built or somewhere in between. It's finished. I mean, so it's built.
Oh,
This is just about siting, facilities on the property as part of their zoning.
And complying with the Upper Peninsula zoning requirements.
okay. I just want to make sure because I get beat up all the time,
We want to protect you from that happening.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what?
Any other questions for Chairman Appel on the real estate report? If not, all in favor of accepting the real estate report, say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The ayes have it. If there's no other questions, comments, or concerns to come before the Committee on Ways and Means by acclamation,